Especially because of the conversation we're about to have with Mr. Emmanuel Annabelle. And this man is sent by God, I must say, especially because of the work that he's doing. And his story about how he's been doing this for the last 15 years or so will inspire everyone. It's time now for Spotlight, and I'm honored to be seated next to the man who's caring for mentally ill patients, not in the hospitals, but on the streets. Unbelievable. Good to have you, sir. How are you doing?
Much better, by His grace.
We thank God for that. Now, let's go all the way back to the point when you decided, this is what I want to do. You're saying that you heard your name 3 times. Someone called you and said, this is what I want you to do. Tell me that story.
I give God the glory. I had a dream on 3 various times, and I heard my name. And I asked, who is speaking to me? And he said, your Lord and your God. I said, okay, what do you want me to do, dear God? He says, I want you to go out there to reach out to our brothers and sisters who are mentally ill and living on the streets. They have no one caring for them. So I want you to take that assignment because I know your heart. It was pretty hard for me.
I can imagine. Were you not scared?
I was scared.
But all this happened in a dream, by the way.
Yes. So the second time, I heard the voice again, and we had the same conversation. And the third time, well, I decided to make a move.
Oh, because the first and second times you weren't so sure, so you didn't want to. Why didn't you want to do it?
I was scared.
Oh.
So the third time, the voice motivated me. And I said, okay, good Lord. If you say, who am I to say no? I'll take the challenge. So I gathered some clothes of mine, old clothes, and some clothes of my children. And I took a bucket. I bought some sponge, soaps, and Dettol, and that stuff. And I asked the good Lord, I'm ready. So what should I do? He said, yes, you go. I'll be with you. And none of those people will ever touch you, nor harm you, because I'll be all over you.
Well, you could hear this vividly?
Yeah, I can speak to the Lord.
You can speak to God now. Like, as you're sitting here, you can speak to him.
Yes.
And he'll respond.
Yes.
Let's try. I want to hear from God. Like, I'm curious. But of course, he would only respond based on... And God speaks to us. Sometimes we feel as if it's our second mind that's talking to us, right?
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Wow.
I might be with you, and
Yeah.
whenever you hear me saying, yes, my God, that means he's speaking with
Oh,
me.
you can randomly say that.
Yes.
When? So the first time you hit the streets, when was this?
It was good, but scary.
How many years ago did this happen?
I've been on the street on this concept for 21 years.
Tell me what your first encounter was like, the first mentally ill patient that you had to treat.
I stepped out with my ex-wife, and we got to the Wudome Cemetery. The place was weedy, but God is so wonderful. He tells me exactly where to go, and when I get there, there's a brother or sister there I should attend to.
Okay.
So I had a direction that I should go to the Wudome Cemetery. There's a portion which is weedy. He told me there's somebody in there behind the weeds. So when I got there, I asked him to give me the vision, and I saw it. So I went in there, and there he was squatting. And I looked at him, I said, hey, my brother. And he looked up at me. I said, come to me. And when he stood up, I gave him a hug.
No, but let's be honest. Even though God told you that they won't harm you, I'm sure you were scared when he was coming. Because honestly, you're not sure what his next move is going to be.
Exactly.
Right?
But I had faith
Yeah.
in God. So I asked him to give me a hug, and he hugged me. And I told him, I'm going to spruce you up.
What do you mean by spruce you up?
Spruce means I'm going to clean him up.
Okay.
Yeah, so he asked me, where? I said, right here.
Okay.
So I asked the guys at the cemetery, the workers, I asked them to give me a bucket of water. And they did. So I asked him to remove his clothes. And I had an old bed sheet which I wrap him up, not to expose his nakedness. And he felt comfortably when I did that.
Yeah.
So I firstly gave him a cut. I've never cut anyone's hair before. That was my first day.
That was your first? How did it go?
It was perfect.
Nice.
I was surprised.
Okay.
I gave him a very good cut, and well, I have to wash him down. I went into the spiritual realm and asked the good Lord to have mercy upon him.
Okay.
Because he's done no wrong. So he should have mercy upon him. And my hand started shaking terribly. And whenever I'm in the mood to touch someone, I experience it. So I gave him a hug. I placed my right hand on his forehead, and I prayed with him. And after that, he looked at me and said, Togbe, Akpesia.
Wow.
So good. And I asked him, would you like to go home? He said, yes, I'd like to go home now. Can you find a way? He said, yes, I'll find my way. Just give me some money for transport.
Through God, you had restored someone.
Blessed.
Did you get emotional?
Yes, I wept.
Wow.
Yes, I wept because no one respects me in my household.
No one respects you in your household.
So if I can be a blessing to someone.
Why do you say no one respects you?
Well, you're driving me to the wall.
I'm sorry if I am, but I would love if you could tell me.
I dropped out of school. So that's where life.
So at what point? JSS, SS?
No, at a technical level.
Technical level?
Yeah, I was at the ATTC.
Why did you drop out? Was it your decision?
No. I laid that, got married to someone else, and that was it. I have to leave school and come back home. But I thank the good Lord that I never joined any bad group.
Were you tempted to join any of those groups?
Yeah, but I always said no. So I always staying home, indoors, reading magazines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was your mom at that time?
She was around. She was a dressmaker, and she wasn't on the front page.
Much, yeah.
So she wasn't making that much. But I was content with whatever she gave to me.
So did you have to find some menial jobs to do?
All jobs.
Okay.
No.
Like what? Masonry?
Painting, plumbing, concrete works and that stuff.
And that's why nobody respected you at home, because they felt, well, you did not amount to anything?
Exactly.
And God picked you out of the many. Wow. So how many mentally ill people have you treated so far? Have you even counted?
I have treated 2,015 of them.
You've been counting every single one of them.
Yes, every day I go out on an outreach. I have a book that records it.
Every day?
Yeah.
Do you have a job? Do you have a job? I'm asking because if you're saying every day you go out,
yeah.
I mean, at what point of your day do you go out?
Every blessed day.
Are you working though?
I'm not. So
how do you survive?
Out of the little donations people give to me on the streets. But yet still I have to pay the volunteers that I go with. At times I come back home with nothing.
Wow. Unbelievable. 2015.
Yes.
Let's take a look at some of the work that he's done so far. When we get back, we'll continue the conversation.
I came in contact with a repatriate who lost his sanity outside the country, and he was brought back in. And he's been wearing some round ornaments that he believes that were given to him to his loved ones. I told him, in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I will remove them. While I was removing every bit of it, he was saying, may God bless you. It came to a point that I shed tears. In the beginning, I have to sell off most of my personal effects. So I sold a lot of my personal effects just to fund myself, keep myself going. And gracefully, people started appreciating what I do for these brothers and sisters of ours. The sad story is, whenever we see a mentally challenged person walking on the street, we disregard them. We think they are animals, but we forget they are human beings like ourselves. They deserve all that we also deserve.
Welcome back. This is a day show, and I'm here with Mr. Emmanuel Annabelle, who spent the last 21 years sprucing up mentally ill patients on the streets of Ghana. So far, over 2,000 of them have felt his divine touch. And all this, he says, he's doing it because the Lord asked him to do it. But in helping all these people, and like I asked you earlier, when you were hugging the first man that you were sent to or you were led to, I was worried that maybe you could have been attacked. And I'm sure, like you said, you were scared too. What has been the most dangerous episode that you've experienced so far?
I was at the main harbor and on an outreach. I came across a gentleman. He was wearing dreadlocks and he was smoking weed besides the gutter. So I asked the good Lord, what's my next move? Then he asked me to recite a verse in the Bible. So I recited it.
Did you know that verse before?
I don't know.
You didn't know
but
it?
I saw it in a video, like a video. So I recited it.
What do you remember what verse it was?
I don't disclose those things.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, carry on.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yes.
I was just being curious.
Yes, because I don't want anyone to try. I don't know how it's going to go.
Exactly.
Yes,
okay,
because
I
it's
understand.
pretty dangerous.
Okay.
You know, so after reciting, I walked closer to him. And he told me that I should respect myself because he doesn't want to do harm to me. I said, okay, I'm only coming in a brotherly way. I'm only want to give you a treat. I said, what kind of treat? So I want to spruce you up. I use spruce by, when speaking with them, I use simple
language, okay.
Yes. And he said, have I asked you to spruce me up? I said, no, I don't like the way you live because the cops will be coming around to pick you people. And I want you to stand out of the crowd.
Okay.
He said, no, I don't need it. Then I asked the good Lord, he said, go on. So I went closer to him and surprisingly, he took out a knife and he charged towards me. But I know a bit martial arts. So
okay.
okay.
So that's how you saved yourself?
Yeah, so I kicked the knife out of his hands and I grabbed him. I clinched him to the ground, turned him around, and I tied his hands behind him.
You did all this by yourself? Or you had people? Okay.
Yeah. I cut his dreadlocks off, and after sprucing him, he looked at me. And I asked him, why are you looking at me? He said, brother, I'm sorry. I didn't know you want to do me this good.
Oh.
And so why are you saying that? He said people do attack them and beat them up.
Yeah.
So he thought I'm one of them. I said, no. If you remember, I told you in a brotherly manner.
Yeah.
And you never listened to me. So I'm sorry. And we hugged each other. I prayed with him. And that was it.
And that was it. Let's talk about challenges. Because I remember that one of the times when you were speaking, you were talking about the fact that lack of access to water has been one of your biggest challenges.
That's it. I go places, I don't get water, so I don't know how to clean that person up. So I was pleading with the public, if someone can donate a pickup truck, which I'll mount a poly tank behind it, so that I'll be okay.
Yeah.
If I have that thing with water in it, I have no problem.
You have no problem, okay.
But I couldn't get a pickup truck.
Okay.
But a gentleman based in Canada, he called and he told me he has an Opel van parked in his garage. He has no use for it, so I should go for it. Oh. So he gave me the direction. He's around East Legon, and I got there. I met the secretary, a lovely looking lady, and she said, my boss says I should give you the key.
Just like that?
Just like that.
You still have that car now?
Yeah, I still have
That's what you use for your rounds?
Yeah.
This is really, really a good thing you're doing. And may God strengthen you as you move along.
Yeah. My problem has always been with funding.
This is difficult, but you're still
Pretty
currently
difficult.
doing it.
Yes. For
You're still doing
now, I'm on hold.
You're on hold
Yeah, I don't have money.
because of the funding problems.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, we're going to see if we can solicit for help right here on TV.
I'll be
Hopefully people
grateful.
can get in touch with you. But there's some certificates that we want to showcase on the show today. Thank you so much.
It's sad.
Thank
The
you.
trophy is damaged. I would have come
Oh,
with
there
it.
was a trophy as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is MTN Heroes of Change. You got a citation. Is it the same year?
Yes.
Okay. So this one is on the 18th of May, 2018, and it says, MTN Heroes of Change citation to Mr. Emmanuel Anobil. You remind us of our humanity through your work. You've displayed extraordinary willingness to do what most people will not dare to do. Your work demonstrates MTN's can-do spirit, and your selflessness, determination, and courage is beyond imagination. How did you feel about winning this?
Sorry?
How did you feel about this honor that was given you by MTN? Can I get some tissue, please?
It's okay.
Why are you crying? What is it? Tell
In my
us
neighborhood.
What's going on, yeah.
In my neighborhood, people called me names. Some of you told me I'm mad. That's why I'm able to touch those mad people, those mentally ill people. It
They said
started
you were-
right from my household.
Your own house people said you were mad because of what you were doing?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not easy, my dear.
When you see how far you've come, I mean, clearly you're shedding tears about it, but I mean, I don't even know what to say. When you see how far you've come and all these honors, and I was asking you about this citation, which is when you broke down in tears, how does this change the perception that people have about you out there?
It made no change.
What?
It made no change. But I'm blessed.
You're saying it made... So even with these companies honoring you for the work you're doing, people still call you names?
Yeah.
Even till this day?
Yeah.
How? Why? What do they say?
I don't know. They keep saying I'm mad. That's why I'm turning to the mad folks on the streets. It makes me sad. Because they are like us. You know, disability is a stage. Each and every one of us will go through one way or the other. So when you see your brother or sister in that condition, you need to help him or her out, you know, but not
Put 'em
to
down.
kneel them down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
God bless you, Mr. Nobel.
bless you more.
God bless you. And we may never understand how difficult this task is for him. But once it's a calling from God, you can run and hide for many years. But if he insists that you have to do it, no matter what you do, he'll find you. And you'll do
I
it.
tried skipping away, but many times I tried, many times I came back. Yeah.
Talk to our audience and to our viewers. They want to know how to help you. What do you really need?
To give life to our brothers and sisters who are mentally ill and living on the streets. Some lost their sanities with no fault of theirs. I'm here to touch them. I need an acre land to set up a home where I'll be healing them with herbal medicine and with God's presence, they'll be healed. So if you can help me out, you can contact me on 0245 395139. and the good Lord will bless you immensely. Because God blesses those who helps his works.
All right. And anybody who wants to support with building materials, used clothes or even new clothes.
That's right.
All
footwear,
of that. Yes.
Footwear, anything.
Water, money. I mean, please get in touch. Call him. Get in touch with us here at TV3 as well. We'll make sure that we pass on whatever donation that you send in to support him as well. But thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
God bless, man.
Amen.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. I think he deserves a standing ovation. I think he deserves a standing ovation. You're blessed.